Take a look at this. This is interesting. So what did Myles Garrett go through? Myles Garrett was chipped or double teamed on 41% of the pass blocking snaps against the Steelers. He also had an 18.2 pass rush win rate. And again, didn't get the sack. He still has the Bengals game to get the sack to break the record. And the Bengals are a team he just absolutely terrorizes historically.
I mean, it was just so blatantly obvious. I mean, you could just see with every formation, the way everything was lined up. I mean, there were guys, Gainwell, who's like, a third down scat back type of guys, there he is lined up, basically right off of the tackle, just doing anything he can to get, forearm, anything. You give Pittsburgh credit, and I think this is something that maybe a lot of people didn't understand. The reason it probably meant so much to Pittsburgh, it wasn't so much that Aaron Rodgers didn't want to be Myles Garrett's, record-breaking sack. One of the guys who holds that record is a Pittsburgh Steeler. And, TJ Watt wasn't out there yesterday. So I think, for Pittsburgh, not having him break that record against them and, put TJ Watt under him in that record was, probably something, that they were really shooting for. In the same respect, yeah, I'm with a lot of other people where I think it cost them the game. Obviously DK Metcalf's actions the week prior probably helped in causing them that game because, Scotty Miller in clutch situations certainly is not what they made the acquisition of DK Metcalf for. Certainly another story for another day. For Myles, and look, and I don't think anybody was as jacked up at the end of the game when it was absolutely, it was final, than Myles. You know what I'm saying? Getting that win. And a lot of people, whatever is going to happen with Coach Stefanski, and, we get into a lot of, just trying to hyperbolize things. And when we hear, oh, he's lost the locker room, can't keep his players under control. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? That team showed up yesterday with their rookie quarterback going against whatever your thoughts are on Aaron Rodgers. He's one of the best that's ever done it in league history. And, as much as, Pittsburgh maybe, took themselves out of that game at times on offense, the Browns defense came to play yesterday. And it absolutely meant something to them yesterday to close that sucker out at home, last home game of the year with a W. And you basically just saw everybody rally around it. We know all the main players, the guys who have been, basically the top players on that defense this year. But for me, one that literally just stood out yesterday and you couldn't take your eyes off was Tyson Campbell. And, again, Andrew Berry, we don't know where any of these moves are going to go in the next week. You gave away an expiring contract, and Greg Newsome took on Tyson Campbell, had Jacksonville take on some of Campbell's money. And this guy has just been an absolute great addition for this team, and he's here for a few more years.